Hello there, fellow enthusiasts. Welcome back to another episode of Disruptors Unveiled. I'm your host, Venk.
And I'm Rishik. Today we're diving deep into the realm of virtual communication and the company that's become the epitome of seamless online collaboration, Zoom.
A lot of fancy words there, Rishik. But absolutely, Zoom has become synonymous with virtual meetings, and I think it's also become synonymous with remote work. But let's take a moment to rewind and think about the not-so-distant past when video conferencing was far from a smooth experience that we know today.
Oh, definitely. I remember using Skype, and that was a nightmare.
I used to dread for those family gatherings on Skype.
Definitely laggy connections, drop calls, and the hassle of setting up those meetings. It wasn't the seamless experience we've come to expect.
And I think that's really where Zoom entered the scene. They recognized the challenge of virtual communication, and I think they really set out to redefining how easy it is to actually meet with everyone online.
Yeah, definitely. If you think about today, it's so simple to just set up a Zoom call with anybody, and that's kind of where Zoom came in. It wasn't just about creating a video conferencing platform. It was also about fundamentally changing about how we connect, collaborate, and communicate in the digital age.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we think back, Zoom has just honestly been far one of the best conferencing applications we've used so far. So I think that's really where Eric Yuan comes in. He's the visionary founder for Zoom. His mindset wasn't just about providing a video conferencing tool, but it was about making it accessible, easy, and reliable for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So Eric had this vision of making virtual communication as natural as in-person conversation. So it's you're actually talking to them in real life. But I mean talking to them as if they were in front of you. So it wasn't merely just a tool. It was a way to bridge distances and foster meaningful connections with the people you're talking to.
So empty sentence, but
yeah.
I think that's really where the disruptiveness of Zoom really came in. It didn't really offer the different features that other companies didn't have, but it was about making it really seamless. If you take a step back and you really look at what differentiates Zoom from other video calling services, you notice they don't really have anything different. But it's the notion that when you hop on a Zoom call, you know that whoever you're talking to isn't gonna lag out, or the application isn't gonna crash. I mean, a lot of us during online school did pretend that it was American when it was.
Let's dive into the user experience a bit. So Zoom went beyond merely just providing video conferencing. It also created a platform that's not only user friendly but also enriched with features like breakout rooms, screen sharing, and virtual backgrounds, they're all pretty important, especially when during COVID hit and we all had to go on online learning.
Yeah, I think it's not about just seeing another person on another screen, but it's about creating an experience that kind of stimulates what a real in-person meeting would be like. It's not about, I'm talking to someone on a screen, but it's about collaborating and engagement with another person when you're working.
Yeah, definitely. Let's also consider the timing. Zoom wasn't just a product of chance. It was ahead of the curve in anticipating the paradigm shift towards remote work and virtual collaboration. I don't think they predicted that COVID would hit, but I'm pretty sure they predicted that we would increasingly use online connection to make sure we can talk, and it's become a big part of our life.
Yeah, I think let's hold on to this point real quick. I think the real reason that Zoom really took off as it did was a big part about timing. When they were kind of releasing and really unrolling their mass consumer product, I think that was near the middle or near the end of 2019. And as you know, COVID hit 2020. So I think they were really able to pivot themselves very fantastically, if you ask me, between just a very niche product for a work base to honestly an entire market of different uses and stuff. And I think while other platforms were playing catch up, Zoom had already become the go-to choice for millions around the world. It was like the number one go-to for businesses, schools, social gatherings. I mean, I remember that like all the school meetings, all club meetings, all family functions, almost everything was just through Zoom.
Yeah, definitely. The scalability factor is also noteworthy. Zoom wasn't just limited to large enterprises. It became a lifeline for small businesses, educational institutions, and even social events. I mean, how important was it for educational institutions? I mean, how would school even operate those 2 years when COVID hit? I mean, it kind of just democratized virtual communication.
You got it, Rishik. You can get the word next time. Absolutely, Rishik. It's not just a business tool, it's a social connector. And I think Zoom really became the bridge that connected us during these challenging times. And I think it also serves as a testament to its social impact, because Zoom became a huge thing. Like, if you say Zoom today, people aren't going to think of the movement Zoom, but rather the online service that connected us during those or actually a year and a half of roughness, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. But let's not dismiss the security concerns that Zoom faced. I mean, I can say from personal experience, when I took classes on Zoom, we often had Zoom bombers that would join the call, since some people thought it would be funny to post the link on Twitter, and then people would just join and raid the Zoom call. But challenges like that, they arose and criticism ensued. But what's noteworthy is Zoom's response, its transparency, its swift updates, and a commitment to addressing these issues. And the number of raids and Zoom bombers has decreased significantly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just about success. And I think we mentioned this in almost every Disruptor episode. It's not about success. It's about whether you're able to adapt in a responsive way where you're being swift about what's going on. Zoom's journey is a testament to its commitment and constant improvement.
Yeah, definitely. So as we kind of wrap up, let's reflect on Eric Yuan's disruptive mindset. It was kind of about envisioning how a world of virtual communication isn't a compromise, but it's more of a powerful and accessible alternative to socializing and talking in person. And it's much more convenient too.
Yeah, Zoom is more than just a conferencing platform. It's a symbol of how technology can reshape the way we connect, collaborate, and engage with each other.
Yeah, and that kind of concludes our in-depth exploration into the disruptive rise of Zoom. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
And as always, don't stop disrupting.